Hello, my name is Casey Prindle, and today we're going to talk about a topic that everybody who's going to lease a commercial property needs to understand. That's tenant improvement credits, often abbreviated as TI or TIC. If you're planning on building out or customizing the space that you're looking to lease, tenant improvement credits can save you tens of thousands of dollars, sometimes more, but you have to know how to structure them. So let's start with the basics. A tenant improvement credit or tenant improvement allowance is money that the landlord is giving you to improve the space that the landlord owns. This benefits the landlord, and it's also done to fit your business needs, which benefits you. Typically, you'll see this expressed in a per square foot figure, like $10, $20, $30 per square foot. It can vary all over the place. Sometimes when you're negotiating a landlord will express it in terms of months, something like, I'll give you 6 months of tenant improvement credit. However, you can't do this on a short duration lease. I mean, unless you're doing 5 years or more, I don't often see this coming into play, simply because of the mathematics behind it, right? If you're going to spend $50,000 on the lease for the year and you're asking the landlord to give you $75,000 in tenant improvement credits, the landlord would basically be paying you $25,000 to come in and take their space. Not going to get you very far. So how does it work? Let me kind of give you a real world example. Let's say that you're looking at leasing 2,000 square feet and the landlord is giving you $20 per square foot for your tenant improvement allowance. That's going to be $40,000 that you have for improvements. You can use that for things like flooring, lighting, building out bathrooms, whatever it is that you need to do. But just understand that the tenant improvement allowance may or may not completely cover the costs of your construction. So don't be shocked if you go into a deal and you still have to bring money in to improve the space. There are two ways that a landlord's going to handle tenant improvement credits. That's either going to be through a reimbursement credit or through a turnkey build out. All right, the reimbursement model. So you're going to pay the contractors directly and then submit those paid invoices to the landlord for reimbursement. That'll go up to your agreed upon limit. This is the most common in my experience in Florida anyways, especially in South Florida. This is the most common. Turnkey build-outs. The landlord's going to handle the build-out based on the specs that you provide. This can be easier on your cash flow, but it's going to give you less control over things like timing and over the big one, quality of the work. Always clarify which model your lease uses and when funds are going to be dispersed. Some landlords reimburse only after full completion, while others may release money in stages, which can be easy for you as a tenant. But I'll be honest with you, I don't commonly see that. It's critical to pay attention to the expiration clause with respect to tenant improvement credits within your lease. Many TI allowances come with a use it or lose it provision. So you might only have 6 or 12 months after lease execution to complete the work and submit your reimbursement paperwork. TI is often negotiable. You may be able to negotiate more TI if you offer a higher base rent or longer duration of the lease. Or if you can show in the past that you've done a lot of build outs, you have the experience, and that it's not going to be an issue or problems for the landlord, versus somebody who may come in and kind of try to DIY it themselves, and it ends up being a huge headache for the landlord. In some cases, tenants choose to negotiate free rent instead of tenant improvement credits. This is often a bit cleaner and comes with fewer strings. But again, devil's in the detail. It's all got to be written in correctly in your lease and reviewed with your attorney. I want to stop and state this one more time. You also have to be realistic about TI. If you're trying to do a 1-year lease and you want TI, which is going to cover like the year worth of lease payments, it just isn't going to work out. So you got to be realistic that if you're looking for short-term durations, you're not going to get too far. I really don't see landlords even start talking about TI until at minimum a 3-year lease, most commonly 5, 7 years, and almost always, 10 years. You're going to be negotiating TI, no doubt about it. All right, final tip. Always get a written work letter or exhibit within the lease that clearly outlines the scope of improvements, approval process, deadlines, and reimbursement terms. This will help protect you if there's ever a dispute. All right, fill out the quick contact form below. Let's get in touch. We'll have a quick phone call. find you a great space to lease. And also, if you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to contact me.